What is Minitruckin? Minitruckin is the name for customization of small compact trucks such as S10s, Rangers, Nissan Frontiers, Nissan Hardbodies, Mazda B2200s, etc. Mini trucks are anything that is either lowered or alterable, such as airbag suspension or hydraulics. The people that drive and build these works of art are called mini truckers. Mini truckers, you can tell a mini trucker from a mile away. Black Dickie shorts, black shoes, black socks, event-based t-shirt, mini truck t-shirt, and of course, a flat bill. A lot of mini truckers tend to be overweight. Not exactly sure, just comes with the territory of hanging out and drinking a lot of beer. The reason I got into mini trucks myself was basically because a friend of mine bought a little truck, started doing work to it, lowered it down to the ground, and I was like, hey, this is something I could get myself interested into. Then I bought a little S10, ended up cutting it to pieces, welding some stuff in. Now it's a beautiful work of art in my eyes that drags on the ground. Another thing that got me interested in it was the club that I'm affiliated with now, Freaks of Nature. They started seeing them around town, started hanging out with them, then realized that what I was in was actually a lot bigger than I thought it was. I was part of something that was worldwide. Considering we started in Las Vegas, Nevada, we also have a chapter in Canada and Australia. And then also another thing that got me interested is Minitruckin magazine, shown here, basically just shows show coverage, like feature trucks, good-looking women, tells you about stuff that's coming up. And then after that, after I started reading the magazine, started reading show dates, then I started going to shows myself. And then once I started going to shows, it was all over. You start seeing bikini contests, limbo contests, see who has the lowest truck. Stuff that goes on is way beyond what I was used to. I was like, man, it drives you beyond that level of what is normal or ordinary in most people's eyes. But the work that goes into these mini trucks, not simple. You can't just come up and be like, oh, I'm going to buy a little truck, cut it to pieces, and we're going to have ourselves a mini truck. It's a lot of time and effort and knowledge that goes into a mini truck. You have to know dimensions of the frame. You have to have the parts to do it. There's money, a lot of money in mini trucking, because you take a small truck and say you want to put it on airbag suspension. This here is an airbag. If you have an airbag, what happens is you fill in air here, comes down, which in case expands this to lift the weight of your vehicle. You have to have a bracket welded to your truck that is strong enough to lift the weight of your vehicle. If not, then it's going to be extremely dangerous, and that's how people get hurt. Not a good idea if you don't know what you're doing. When it comes to airbag suspension, it requires you to take your leaf spring and coil springs out and replace them with an air spring previously shown. When you take your leaf springs out, you have a spot in your frame that whenever it lowers down, it hits the frame. So therefore you have to cut that section of the frame out and notch it so that your axle will actually slide up in there and your truck will lay on the ground. You have various types of suspension, ranges anywhere from 2 to 6 links, depending on how many bars you have. Also, there's stuff called cantilever, which pushes the spring to push a bar to actually lift the weight of your truck. It's kind of complicated if you think about it, but in terms it's really a lot easier than it thinks. But another thing is bodywork. Bodywork is a main part of mini trucking. When it comes to shaving door handles, paint, body, everything. Shave tail lights. But also, if you want to get into mini trucking, just check it out. Check out websites, read magazines. Hey, if you see a mini trucker, ask him. Most mini truckers are extremely friendly. They would be glad to tell you anything you want to know about it. If anything, hey, maybe we'll run into you at a show. Come hang out.